This is week 12. We're going over, I guess, the different things like the ethos, pathos, and logos. So, my interpretation of ethos, that's like the ethics. So, it's basically someone trying to convince you, why they're credible, why they're the one meant to do something, or that they're doing something in a just or ethical way. That's how I've foreseen it. Pathos is more to emotion, so they want to play on your heartstrings, making an emotional connection to you to make you, want to do what they're trying to sell or what they're trying to pitch to you. And then logos is logic, so giving your audience a reason why they want to follow you, or purchase something. What is a logical reason? Why would you want to do this? So for me, I think the biggest one, I haven't really had any conversations this week that sprung, anything on it. So all I could think about was the election, that we just had, the presidential election. And a lot of it went by character, I think, and emotional. So you see both sides trying to pitch things, what they're going to be doing. So actually, I think it involved all three, because they tried to pitch differences on what they do. Like Trump wanted to build a wall, and Hillary is going for, equality and healthcare and all these things. So they're both trying to persuade people to vote for them. So they're basically trying to convince you to be on their side. And with the ethical portion, it's what is right. So then they kind of bashed each other in that area, going back and forth on emails and racism, and it was just pretty crazy. Then it came to the emotional part where it talks about, helping children and women's rights and racism again. It gets pretty emotional for some people. So and then it went to logic, when they're basically putting out who is the more qualified person, with Hillary having been the Secretary of State and Donald Trump really not having any experience. So I think that touched on that one too. In the book, what I found in the book that I think tied into some of these examples, going for more of the ethical reasons, I would say it's on page 75, when it talks about Burger King and their workers and who they're hiring. So it says that, let's see, sociologist Esther Rader concluded that the trait most valued in fast food workers is obedience. Basically saying like they have the nature of the job, they have to have social status, so they hire more obedient people. That's why they have like the younger generation working, because they're easier to, I guess, manipulate. So I don't think that was ethically right, but it kind of hits on the ethical portion. The next example I found, this is on page 94. I think it really stuck to like the logical portion for me, because it's talking about when you're becoming a franchisee, and it goes on to say that, this is on the bottom of the page of 94. So it talks about how franchising was an ingenious way to grow a new company in a new industry. Instead of the company paying the salesman, Stan Luxenberg, a franchise historian, explained, the salesman would pay the company. So just basically talking about the logic on how they thought, these franchisees would work for them and why they bought into it. It's actually pretty smart, because franchisees make a lot of money nowadays. The last one is for the pathos example. This is the emotional one. This is on page 103, kind of almost to the bottom. Talks about Feimster, who established strong roots in Pueblo, about how his wife is a school teacher and a fifth generation native of the city, how he donates money to local charities and gives speeches at local schools, and he even pays college tuitions for his regular employees so that they maintain a 3.0 grade average or higher. So I think this relates to the emotional portion, because when people see that this man is basically contributing his time and his own finances to help other people, it hits your heart a little, to see that somebody cares that much. And I think that's a persuasion, in the area of the pathos, so more emotional to me. That's what I got here so far. I think that's all I got for this week, guys. Have a good week. See you next week.